Hey folks, Chris Rich, AZ Fly Shop, your community fly shop. Welcome back. You bet. Hey folks, in this video I'm going to talk to you about Crystal Gardens. It's a fantastic urban fishery that we've got right here in the city of Phoenix. It's actually not in Phoenix. I think it's in Avondale or Peoria out on the west side of town. I'm going to talk to you about where it's located. I'm going to talk to you about the equipment that we use, the techniques that we use, the flies that we use in this video. So today, folks, I was fishing with a 3-weight, a 9-foot 3-weight. I've even fished with a 6-weight out there at Crystal Gardens. But let's take a look at where this is located. So here I'm circling the 101 on the west side of town where it intersects with the I-10 headed towards LA. And this you can see is I-10 headed towards LA. That's the intersection. And here is Crystal Gardens just to the west of it. This highlighted road is Thomas Road. And Thomas and 107th Avenue, if you go just a little bit west, you'll run into Crystal Gardens. You can see that the community stretches for 1 full mile between Thomas and McDowell roads, and it's all very fishable. To the north, there's another lake community, Garden Lakes. This is a private community. You have to live there to be able to fish there, so don't go there and fish. There's plenty to fish at Crystal Gardens. These lakes are, for the most part, very crystal clear. You can see what they look like here from the drone footage. And when you look down here, you can see the walkway right next to these ponds. So there's walkways. There'll be people out walking their dogs or walking their kids in strollers, and watch out for them when you're out there. But it's a great area to walk around. You've got to watch your back cast. You can see that there's fences and trees in your back cast. By the way, this is part of the water treatment facility, and you do have some regulations that you need to follow if you go out to Crystal Gardens. First of all, public access is from dusk to dawn. Catch and release, barbless hook only. You do have to have a valid fishing license. No swimming, no boating. They want you to keep your dogs out of the lake, keep your dogs on a leash, pick up your trash, and alcohol is also prohibited out at Crystal Gardens. For the most part, you can study these fish. You can watch them meander around. You'll get an opportunity to watch them feed. Most of the fish are caught by sight. So you're not going to feel most of these fish. You're going to have to see them, pick up your fly, and eat it. Here's one of the koi right up against the wall, picking some stuff off the wall. If you could make a perfect cast in there and not spook that fish, you're probably going to catch him. Lots of pretty wildlife to look at if you get out there. Lots of places to find yourself in the shade as well. Now, having a roll cast in your back pocket will make a nice difference for you out here, folks. Hey, look at that. There's a nice largemouth bass. I just watched that largemouth bass grab one of these baby geese right before they jumped out of the water. First time I've ever seen that. There's the Fish Whisperer. He's in the action today. Hey, let's take a look at some of the flies that seem to work for us out there. We catch some of them on these carp ticklers from time to time. We also catch a lot of them on egg patterns, both floating and sinking egg patterns. Damsels or other olive-colored nymphs will also work as well. We've done pretty well on these Crystal Garden specials. It's chewing gum worm with some dumbbell eyes. It's weighted. It'll get down. You can drag that in front of those carp. Sometimes the bass will even pick these up and eat them. Hey, looky here. The Fish Whisperer's hooked up. He's getting it done, holding true to his name, folks. It's a fantastic place to get out and spend an afternoon. You can even spend a day there if you'd like to. But it's an easy place to get out for an hour or two of fishing. Now, when you get into the corners of these ponds, you'll see that there's some scum buildup, and you can see that there's some fish activity underneath that. If you can sneak up on these fish and get into a good cast in there, you're probably going to get one of those fish as well. Now, I generally fish a 3 or 4 weight. Again, I've fished as much as a 6 weight. I've seen people be real effective on a 7 weight. Part of it depends on the style that you want to fish and the kind of fish that you're going to be chasing as well. I generally, when I go out, I like to chase the koi and the carp that are out there. Most of those can be done on a 3 weight. It's a fantastic place to learn and hone your skills in on fly fishing and spend a day and learn a lot about fish behavior. Hey folks, I appreciate you watching the video. I'll see you at the shop.